Psychological barriers getting in the way of success for yoga and movement teachers. So, my name is Mike Walsh from Purpose Black Belt. I have worked with a lot of yoga teachers from pretty much every style of yoga all over the world, many countries. I've worked with dance teachers, I've worked with God, all sorts of movement, lots of martial artists. That's my own background, from Kung Fu, from Aikido, from karate, from all sorts of traditions. God, I don't even know where to start. Loads of movement teachers, 5 rhythms, dance teachers, tango, salsa, etc. Anyway, so what we see in these people is many awesome characteristics, of course, and also some psychological blocks. So some barriers that might be stopping them really following their purpose and being successful in the marketplace. Slightly different for different practices, so I'll kind of jump around a little bit here, putting them all in one box. So for example, perfectionism. This can be a real barrier in putting yourself out there. In terms of dancers, particularly like ballet or like more structural form dancers, that perfectionism has been really built into their system, and it's quite dangerous. I also see it in yoga teachers. Now, it's very difficult to, if you've done a lot of controlled, strict yoga, like Iyengar style, that perfectionism can really get in the way when you're trying to launch a new business or put yourself out there, because you're never going to be perfect, right? Like that's a real recipe for disaster, is trying to get it absolutely perfect. The opposite of that you'll see in more the free dance teachers is being a bit more chaotic, being a bit more wild, shall we say, and that has some real good positive things, but without really clear form and discipline, your business just isn't going to do well. In terms of confidence, I'd say, the more performance arts are used to that, they're used to being seen. Some arts like yoga, they're quite introverted, and that can almost feel threatening to be seen. No one really looks at you when you're doing yoga, do they? It's more of or meditation. It's more of an internal practice. So that being used to being seen, to being in the public eye, I think can be there. What else? I see a lot of shadow around looks and attractiveness. So maybe you've seen the other Beauty Black Belt videos, but in terms of purpose work, having to look beautiful the whole time is like a crazy pressure. And I see this in yoga teachers, even ones who are saying, I don't care about beauty and consumerism, blah, blah, blah. Actually, that can be a real shadow for people. So that can be another one. What else? The controlling thing I mentioned, the sort of self-pushing themselves down. Confidence, I think, can be one for all of us. Oh, money shadow. Oh my God, this is huge in most of the movement arts. So thinking that money is somehow dirty. If you remember like a monastic tradition, the Himalayan yogi in the mountains, they kind of basically gave up money, right? So that's almost a tradition that people think is more spiritual unconsciously, particularly if there's some sort of Christian beliefs on top of that, or that's the environment many of us have grown up in, even if we're not practicing Christians. So the money shadow is absolutely massive, and I really do see that, or if I'm a creative, like a dancer, it's like, no, I don't really do money, I'm an artiste. I'm a creative. So it's even not spiritual or not artistic, and that's deeply problematic. We need to kind of re-own that if we're going to be successful in the marketplace, in a business environment. So they're the main ones that I see kind of getting in the way. And there's the false positivity as well for the yoga teachers. They're like, I am happy, I am healthy, I am well. And that can create this kind of negative or aggressive kind of side. I've actually really surprised how much more aggressive yoga teachers and meditation teachers are than martial artists. I thought, okay, martial arts is all about fighting, and then I got more into meditation and yoga, and I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe how aggressive people were being. And that's, I think, a shadow around power, around fierceness, around aggression, and those kind of pieces that really shocked me. And again, in terms of being powerful in the world, running our business, putting things out there, I think that can be a problem. The guru thing, certain of these arts have like a guru tradition, which can be either belittling or inflating. Yeah, so it's either like you spend years and years and years going, oh, you are the black belt master, I am merely the student, or you are the great yoga guru, I am bowing at your feet. This is part of a lot of Eastern Asian traditions, and that can make people feel very small and not really like big enough to put themselves out there in the world and make a good offer, or they can flip and get kind of inflated, and this is one I've risked myself at times, and I've definitely seen in the yoga, martial arts, many of those sort of Asian traditions, is people suddenly think they're infallible and everything that comes out of their arse is amazing. That's not going to go well for your business. So Yeah, again, it's a bit of a power shadow, really. So I think there's some of the main ones. Money, power, sex, obviously, that can really fuck up your business. Definitely a sex shadow around a lot of the kind of Asian arts. I definitely see that one going on. But yeah, all interesting ones. So look at the other Orange Belt videos. That's how it specifically applies to some of the movement arts.